Good afternoon, Tauruses. This is your monthly forecast that I'm going to be doing right now. I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in the stars. We've been talking a lot about, in the daily readings, a lot about Mars in retrograde Aries. It's the sign that it feels most comfortable in, so it's the sign that brings us the most energy. And right now, the energy from it is a negative. It's very passionate, but it's a negative, kind of untrustworthy energy. It can be frustration, can be anger, etc. We also just had a full moon last night, a gorgeous harvest moon. I'm not sure if you saw it, but it was beautiful, big in the sky. And that full moon was in Aries as well. Saturn came out of its retrograde and is now square with Mars. When that happens, we have the same energy as Mars taking over, the frustration, the anger, the resentment. Venus has gone into, it has changed its signs, and it's going to be entering the sign of Virgo. Venus doesn't feel comfortable in Virgo, okay? It's not a sign that it's not a malefic sign, as they say. It's not that it's a bad sign, but they're not exactly compatible. So Virgo has a very picky side, and Venus doesn't like the pickiness. So Virgos just want to be really careful moving forward. I know that this is for Taurus, but Taurus is also an earth sign. So just notably know that Venus has gone into Virgo. It has gone into a fellow earth sign, and to be aware of that. Your feelings may be more to help the public, to help the environment, to help more people out in general, which is a great way to be. I'm going to light the candles before we get started, and then I'm going to do the reading. But I feel like the readings have been a little bit heavy today. I don't know if that's just because of everything that's happening in the world, but hopefully they're still with really good outcomes. So I'm excited to do your reading today. I am going to start with some of the Wisdom Oracle, which I love. People down below who have donated to my PayPal channel down below, the donations of love. It's allowed me to pick up 2 or 3 new decks and order some new equipment to keep the channel running, and I'm very grateful for that. If you can subscribe and hit the notification button and a thumbs up, then you'll be notified whenever I do go live, which today around 5-ish, I'm going to plan on going live. And then every Sunday around noontime or 1 o'clock, I go live with mediumship readings. And I bring through loved ones who have crossed over for you. So I think that part's important. If you can stay to the end of the reading, it's short. It's usually 15 or 20 minutes. And then at the end, I do 5 minutes worth of Reiki Healing. I am a crystal Reiki master. Been doing it for over 35 years along with these readings. And I love to send healing energy. Sending it out into the universe right now is really big. I think the collective as a whole needs this energy, but I also am planning on sending it to Tauruses as well. Okay? So besides the Wisdom Oracle deck, I'm also going to be using the Gilded Tarot, which I love using. I love the pictures. I love the colors. I resonate with this deck tremendously. So I get a lot of psychic pulls when I use this deck, so I will be shuffling and using these as well. So I'm not going to speak when I start to do the readings. Just know that I also do private readings for angel cards, for oracle cards, psychic, mediumship. And down below at my website, you'll see the link for northernlights.one. If you click it, you can read all about everything I offer. There's also a phone number to call to schedule your private appointment with. And I know there are a lot of people that are on YouTube that don't do private readings anymore, but I still do private readings. I love that part of what I do. I love to talk to the public and bring through readings of peace and love and happiness. And that brings me to another really good point. These cards are energy, basically. The cards I'm pulling are energy. They're not set in stone as to what you can expect to happen in the month. Because remember, you have free will. So at any point, you can change any of these cards. If a card is leading you down a certain direction and you say, well, gee, I know this is coming. I know in my immediate future there's a tower coming, and that's just something unexpected is going to happen. If you're prepared for it because you're watching this reading, kind of gives you the heads up, kind of gives you the 1 foot up on everybody else, and it just makes it a little easier to work through the bumpiness of the roads. Okay, so if something comes up a little bit bumpy during this reading, I will definitely point it out to you, and you can always change that with your own free will. Okay, so insert here, insert that love and that understanding and that compassion whenever you're getting triggered with anger or resentment. Okay, a really good example of this, I was going to an appointment yesterday. There were like 15 or 20 empty spaces in the parking lot I was pulling into, so I pulled into a space, and within a minute a woman was knocking on my car window, yelling at me, complaining that I had taken her spot. There was no name. It wasn't like it was a reserved space, but for some reason she had her heart set on parking there. So rather than react to her anger, because she was very angry, I instead said, I'm sorry, and I hope your day gets better from here. So I sent out that love reaction, right? That compassion reaction. She's going through something tough right now, or she's feeling the energy that's around her. So I wanted to send her love. And by doing that, it kind of interrupts the negativity, right? So if you're sending out love, if you're reacting with love, nobody can completely give you their negativity. And that's important, okay? So I'm going to put this down so you can see the cards as I pull them. I'm going to start, like I said, with the Wisdom Oracle deck. I'm going to shuffle for a little bit. I've done a lot of shuffling of these cards today, but I am going to shuffle specifically for Taurus, because that's the sign that I'm on right now. This reading is for Taurus for the month of October. If you hear a radio on the background, I'm sorry. They're working outside my house today, and they have on a very loud radio as they climb up on ladders, and I can hear it with my doors shut, so I'm sure you might be able to hear it in the background as well. So, okay, these are good. Let's pull them. I'm going to be quiet while I pull the cards. I'm going to pull a romance card from the romance deck as well, an angel card. Oh, this card wants to come out. And then I'm going to start with the Gilded Tarot. And these will be the main Celtic cross that I'm going to do with the Gilded Tarot, okay? And this will give us a really good feel. And if I need to clarify anything with some clarifying cards, I will use another deck, maybe the Light Seers deck today, or the Rider-Waite deck, depending on how I feel. The cards have been coming through very clearly for most of the signs. So Taurus, I don't expect yours to be any different. I've only needed to clarify one or two different things that didn't fit with the rest of the reading, but we'll definitely see how that goes. So this reading is for Taurus for the month of October. This reading is for Taurus. It's done. Okay. Oh, this is awesome. You barely have any cards that are upside down, so the energy is definitely moving in a positive direction for you. Let's start with the Oracle cards, okay? And the very first one we get is Truth Be Told. So this is showing the vulnerability of an owl, isn't it? He's kind of standing there. You can see his feet below and his head above, but he's opening himself up. He's being vulnerable. So being vulnerable to the truth is going to be important to you this month. It's a card of a number 5, which sometimes can mean not being happy or some despair that's coming in, something that's not exactly what you're hoping it is. But by being truthful and facing the truth head on, being truthful in what you say, I think it will help manage whatever difficulties arise, okay? And we'll tell more as we get into the deck itself. I've got Poised as the second card from the Oracle deck. What a beautiful fairy who's poised. It's a 12, a 4, and an 8 together, or a 3 number, a number of celebration. And she's poised for this month. You know, she's poised for Tauruses to face whatever comes up. And I think there's going to be a lot of happiness this month. I have a lot of really nice cards that are down here below that we're going to go over. And I feel the energy around you is really nice, Taurus. So that's awesome. And then Milk and Honey. Beautiful card. So all 3 of your cards are gorgeous from the Oracle deck. The Milk and Honey shows the rainbow. It's it's the sweetness, right? It's the sweetness and the familiarity with life. It's a card number 51. I'm being told to say that, so it may have special meaning for you. But it's a card of good health, good fortune, rainbows, gifts, and just feeling very comfortable this month. Okay, so those are beautiful to start with your oracle deck. The card I pulled for your romance card is calling in your soulmate. Now, if you're married, this could be the fact that your soulmate and your husband or your wife you're renewing you're renewing your vows, quite possibly, some of the people out there. Some of the people are just about to get married. Some of the people are just feeling maybe the relationship has been stuck. And this card is saying, okay, now it's going to be unstuck because we're both going to be working on it. If you're single and you're looking for someone to come in, this is the time to send out your wishes and your prayers and your manifesting with the universe. The full moon was yesterday. It's all about letting go of anything that no longer serves you, maybe letting go of an ex, and manifesting or bringing in someone that is positive, somebody that you want to come in, maybe calling, like this card says, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and manifestations help you bring him in, bring you together. So manifest, put out the positive vibes, picture in your mind with the universe today. Full moon yesterday, you have 2 to 3 days where there's still very strong manifesting power. Put this out there and manifest that you've got the really wonderful, healthy relationship. Picture someone in your mind if you have someone in mind, and just follow your heart, because this is your month to call in your soulmate. Remember, Venus just moved into Virgo, another earth sign. So although it's not always the best time, it does mean that Venus is out of retrograde and can now certainly serve itself and bring someone into your life. Okay? So let's take a look at the cards. The signifying card that you have to start the whole reading is the sun. What a beautiful way to start the beginning of this month, right? What a beautiful way. Look at the sun shining down and spreading its energy. Look at the rings around it. This is the card, your signifier card. This is the card that is in the offering for you to begin the month with. And the card that's crossing it is the Five of Swords. So what you want to watch out for in this Five of Swords, fives often can mean deception. It can mean someone not telling you the truth, someone getting in your way. And look how barren the earth looks there, right? The horse is standing still. He's standing in a little bit of water, so it could have some emotions along with telling the truth. He looks like he's ready to fight. So although you have the sun here and the month is starting off beautifully, the one thing that crosses it or opposes it or could get in the way is someone coming in and telling the truth and arguing with you, just like I talked about with the woman coming up to the car, bringing out the negativity. And it's all, remember how you react. If you react to it and you react negatively, that's the energy you're putting out there. That's your free will. If you react in a positive way and you turn the energy around, this card will also be turned around. So this is the card that can oppose this sun, but the sun is a beautiful card to start, okay? In the immediate future, you have the High Priestess. Total control. And if you're a female, by the time the crescent moon comes, you can see the crescent moon in the picture, which is next week. You will be totally in control of everything. This is your immediate past, or the far past, I should say. I'm sorry. So we're going to do your immediate past, or what's coming up in the next few cards. But this is the High Priestess card. This is everything going your way. This matched with the sun is amazing, these two cards together. This is just everything that could possibly happen and go your way in a positive manner, Taurus. These two cards are beautiful. Okay, and you've set the stage in the past with this High Empress, High Priestess, High Empress, and then the sun is going to take over for that. So that's beautiful. In the more immediate future, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Sevens are often cards of delusion. If you look at the Seven of Cups, it's the card in the Rider-Waite deck that has all the cups in the air with different things in them, different ways of looking at things. But Pentacles are all about building. And here she is working hard. She's working to get to that abundance, right? To get to that 9 or that 10 of Pentacles. She's out there doing her business and working hard at it. And she's seeing the growth. Look at the Pentacles on the tree, right? She's seeing the growth. That's abundance in wealth. It's abundance in health. It's abundance in love. It's abundance in career. It can be abundance in anything, not just money. it's usually the card of Virgo. So you've got a lot of Virgo running around in your cards, Taurus. So you may have a connection with a Virgo this month. The forwardness of the future is the Ace of Wands. Okay? New beginning. And Wands is starting fresh with whatever you're starting with. Whether this comes to work or whether this comes, has to do with a relationship. You're starting fresh. You're starting new. You're building. These are the hands that almost look like the higher power coming through the clouds, right? Handing you this fresh beginning. Handing you this new start. And all you need to do is take hold of it and take off with it. And that's what it's asking you to do. Because heading in a new direction, it's going to be positive, because look at all the cards that are showing us. The Sun, the Empress, the High Priestess. These are all wonderful cards. So you don't need to necessarily go to that 5 that we talked about. Okay? You don't need to go through this struggle. Instead, you can go right to this new beginning and bypass it. In the long run, in your future, are the Lover's card. Again, it goes along with meeting your soulmate. It could also be, if you're happily married, your marriage will improve. It could be somebody getting married, the Lover's card, or going to a wedding that you're going to see. The sun is shining brightly on this couple. So this couple's very much in love, very happy. It could be, I feel it is a relationship card for you. I don't necessarily feel it's related to like a family member, brother, sister, mother, father. I feel this is a true love. And if you are single right now, then look forward to somebody possibly coming in with this new beginning, right? So the Lover's card is great, but you could also be renewing your vows, talking through things, making things happier, calling in your soulmate. Maybe you've done that already and you're waiting for them to arrive, right? But it's a beautiful card for the future. This is the card that represents your environment. The Four of Swords, it's pretty much depicted like it is in the Rider-Waite deck, right? The person is lying down, they're tired, they're exhausted. Maybe everything that you've been putting together between working so hard at work, coming up with the Seven of Pentacles and you're not quite there. So working so hard and getting everything moving has made you tired. So this is a time to retreat, to pull away, to pull back, to give yourself some time to refresh yourself, right? Take some time for you. This is a really good opportunity to do that. And it's in your environment. So it's telling you that, maybe you recharge yourself by just taking a day to yourself, a mental health day, and not having to interact with anyone or worry about anybody's problems, right? Maybe taking a day away from work, and being alone and doing something you love, like reading a book or just relaxing or watching, I'm hearing for some of you out there, watching like Lifetime or Hallmark Channel, something that you don't really have to think about. That's what's in your environment, okay? Taking care of you. The card that is you is the Hermit. So evidently, this card that says take care of you, you've already started to do, which is awesome. The Hermit is the card related to Virgo. Once again, more Virgo in your chart. And the Hermit is all about looking within, right? He's holding this lantern. Maybe he's doing some shadow work on himself, some things he doesn't like to see within himself. And he's out on this crickety looking bridge or deck or whatever it is, and he's standing quietly, but he's trying to shine the light. So he's trying to shine the light on the things, or you are trying to shine the light on the things you want to change, right? This is how you see yourself. You don't see yourself, Taurus, as ready to move forward with the sun and with all the happiness that's coming yet. And so maybe go within, take this card of retreat and go within. Know that you have a great relationship that's coming in. Know that you have abundance in money and finances. All these things that are out here ending with the sun. Absolutely gorgeous, okay? But you have to want it. And you have to go within and make the changes you need within to be able to shine this light and come out strong. Beautiful. The next card we have is the Five of Pentacles. Again, a building card. However, even though this is abundance, the Pentacles are always abundance. Five of cards, look, they're on the outside looking at this. In the regular Rider-Waite deck, you have the people that have a cane and they're walking and they look like they're hurting outside. You see this big church window. This is kind of the same thing. You're not actually going in and enjoying the Pentacles. Somehow something has you stuck. And the other cards, nothing in the cards indicate to me that this is something bad. I just feel that this is something that you need to work on, because the 5 is telling me that you're stuck in this place, okay? And the final outcome card is the Eight of Pentacles. You're almost at the very end, right? You've been building and building. You have the Seven of Pentacles. You have the Five of Pentacles. You had a lot of health, wealth, destiny, all good things coming to you, abundance, and that you're almost at the fruition, right? Look, he's working hard. He knows that he's building those pentacles. He knows that he's building either a business or a love relationship or his health. Maybe he's decided to start walking on a daily basis. You know, there's a lot of changes that can happen with the Pentacle card, but it's always a really nice outcome. So just know that that's coming. These cards show me, I mean, beautiful. I really love them. I think they're gorgeous for you, and I think October is going to be a really nice month, as long as you remember to ignore the negativity that you might feel, or ignore the negativity that might be out there, and instead pay attention to your free will and how you can change it, how you want to get to this sun, right, this happy ending, how you want to get to all this pentacles, all this abundance, all these lovely new beginnings. So retreat, take some time for yourself, go inside yourself, just like we talked about. I wanted to end with a little bit of Reiki healing today. And when I start, we're going to picture our crown chakra opening and a white light energy coming in through our head and our body and our arms, our chest, going down our into our abdomen and our pelvis and down each of the legs, just sitting in this white light, beautiful healing energy to help our chakras realign, help us to strengthen our immune system, help us to clear our mind of anything that's bothering us. Okay? So I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to put this down, and let's listen to some Reiki music and start to feel the positive energy that's coming through. Okay, let me find it here. It's not where I left it, so let's go back and find it. I love to do the Reiki healing. Next week I will be doing a full session of Reiki healing. So I will be doing a full half hour to 45 minutes of Reiki healing. And I really would love for you guys to participate, because it's just so wonderful. The healing process feels so good. And you'll notice a difference even through the computer. So let's listen, and I want you to picture that white light energy, okay, coming through your crown chakra as I send you healing, Reiki healing energy, to open your chakras so they speak to each other and your immune system gets stronger and life is a little easier. Sending out some positive healing energy to the world itself, with everything that's happening, with all the uncertainty, with all the anger, with all the resentment, right? And the frustration that people are feeling. Sending it out to the world as well as to all my Taurus friends. Keep the white light energy within your body for the entire day, for the entire week, for the entire month. Just continue to picture it coming in whenever you need it to help you ground yourself and feel good. Changing negativity into positive love and compassion. Thank you so much, Taurus, for coming here today, for being a part of this reading, enjoying your monthly reading. It looks like a beautiful month ahead for you. Really enjoy the energies around you. Try to stay positive. And remember to give me a thumbs up and write any comments below. I always answer the comments. Anything maybe you'd like to see on the channel from time to time. Please share so some of your friends can enjoy the channel as well, and subscribe. And I look forward to talking to you. And if you're on the notification page, I look forward to you being notified and joining us for my live readings as well. So have a wonderful month, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.